Hello and welcome to the 2016 Formula Offroad Championship from Iceland. 22 cars were entered in the unlimited class in Hella, where the first round was contested. This was the first race of 5 in this year's season, and the only 2-day event of the season. Snorri Þór Árnason is the reigning champion, having won the championship for the last 3 consecutive seasons. Going into 2016, Snorri has to be the title favorite.
Snorri, þetta varði í rauninni bara svolítið auðvelt hjá þér tímabilið í fyrra. Verður þetta jafn auðvelt í ár?
Nei, ég veist þetta verið gott í ár. Nú eru menn búin að koma hérna með fullt af miljónum inn í þetta og það er samkeppni og ég held að þetta verið geðveikt.
Og tekur þú þessari samkeppni bara með brosi og þú vilt þetta bara?
Ég vil þetta klárlega sko, annars bara þarf maður að sleppa 1-2 keppnum svo þessi spenna í þessu.
En þú ert kókhraustur?
Já, maður verður að vera það, annars get ég bara verið heima.
The Hella race is famous for its difficult tracks and demanding surface.
Brautirnar hérna í dag, hvernig líst þér á þær?
Sko, í dag er þetta rosa svona, þetta er tækni í dag. Það er alveg ykkur stál en þetta er aðalega tækni, þannig að ég veist að menn þurfa aðeins að vanda sig.
Þetta er svona eitthvað upp og niður og beygja og keyra eitthvað í eitthvað stál og það er bara að sjá hvernig það kemur út.
Jú, það eru nokkur stálarna sko sem að gætu leynt á sér og svo er náttúrulega annað líka stálin eru grjótörr sko en efnið undir þeim er mjög laust þannig að það á það til að spólast undan þeim þannig að það gæti komið sér vel ólíkt oft áður að vera aftarlega í dag en það verður náttúrulega bara að koma í ljós.
2 foreign competitors were entered at Hella.
Would you say the tracks are a bit trickier here than in Norway?
Yes, because of the surface on the top that almost like stone rocks. So we're not used to that. So we are not certain how hard we can hit those without breaking our wheels. So it's different, really different.
Now let's watch the racing. We're here in the first track. This is Haukur Þorvaldsson. He starts off quite slowly, doing it safe, trying to ease the car all the way up here in Hella. We can see the surface is very loose in the first track. First part pretty good, no penalty points so far, but this is where the track gets tricky. Haukur is entering the slope, gets a bit loose off. Will he get between the markers? No, that's a touch, that's 20 penalty points. Now to get back up, he needs to go up again. Can he do it? Almost rolls it, yeah, full power, yeah, he gets it. But 80 penalty points, that's quite a lot for the first track. Here we have Bjarki Reynisson, he's driving a car called the Animal. And already he's in trouble, here's the first gate. He's so far down, he's even stopped, that's a penalty for that. 60 penalty points for a rough way through the gate, but he gets up. Well, almost didn't make it, but gets up there on the power. Now, things started going badly for Bjarki right away. Here we see him getting even more penalty points in the next turn. Going up. He's already in a bit of trouble. Well, even the door just decided to open. And he stops, so not a great weekend for him. Here we see him later on. Look at this! Almost rolls it. Nice save though. But a poor weekend ended badly right here. A roll in the second day ended all his hopes of proper points in Hella. Bjarki finished the weekend in 10th place. Now we're off to Guðni Grímsson. He drives the Cube. This car is actually special. It's the only 4-cylinder car in the competition. It has a 4-cylinder Honda turbo motor. Now let's look at him here. This is the first track of the day. He's going for the end, but gets it a bit wrong. Rolls it. Rolls it quite well. It looked worse than it ended up, but this car has the engine in the middle, so the whole weight distribution of the car makes it easy to roll backwards when trying to go up the very steep bits. This is Alexander Steinarsson. He's driving a car called All In. It's a pretty old car. Here we see it back in 1997, so it's seen a couple of off-road races already. Now this is Alexander in the first track. Let's watch it here. He's just left the starting line. Things are already going wrong. He's rolling it. It rolls over. He's not even through the first gate. And he's already out of the first track because he's not allowed to continue after a roll. Now, his weekend kept on showing why he's called all in. Here we see him, he's getting up, but he's already finished the track when he rolls it. Alexander definitely won for the spectators. Now look at this, this is the performance of the weekend. Somehow he manages not to roll it over and he got the best in show reward for that save. This is Tor Egil Thorland, straight from Norway. He's in the first track. Already running into trouble, it's a bit loose. What's he gonna do? He backs it up, that's 40 penalty points. Will he get through the gate though? Yeah, it was very tight, but he got it. Keeps on going. And manages to get all the way up, but there's a lot of penalty points in this run. So the final slope. Will he get through the last gate? Doesn't seem to have the speed. No, can't quite make it. Only 220 points per length and 70 penalty points. So he only gets 150 points for the first track. Here's Ingólfur Guðvarðarson driving Guttin í Born. Gets a couple of penalty points there in the first gate. He's going quite well here though. Yeah, gets up quite easy. He stopped there and takes some penalty points. Will he get up the final gate? No, can't quite make it. Well, he gives it a good try though, tries again, but no. There's not enough grip, not enough power. His weekend was pretty bad. We can see the car puffing smoke here. That's the engine's last breath this weekend. It blew up. And Ingólfur only finished with 960 points. Here in the first track, Guðmundur Arnarsson, he drives the Lion. This is a brand new car. It's its debut here in Hella. And this is the first track it ever competes in. Guðmundur, well, he's a bit slow here up the slope. Will he make it? No, doesn't even try. Here we are with Atli Jamil Ásgeirsson in the first track. He's driving Thunderbolt. Already we can see it's like he's lacking power. He just can't get quite up. And his day ended very quickly when he tried to turn his Jeep into a submarine in the river. And, well, I think the pictures say it all. Not a good weekend for Atli Jamil. Well, you want to get out. The water is cold in Iceland. So, 1,460 points total. Here's Aron Ingi Svansson. His car had troubles right from the go. And his weekend, he was expecting more. Here we see a spectacular roll, though, in the second day. 1,230 points for Aron. Driving Zombie. Here is Ólafur Bragi Jónsson. He drives the Fox. Multiple champion. The real contender to get the crown back from Snorri. He wants the championship. Here we see him in the first track. The first track was really hard at Hella. Will Ólafur Bragi, with all of his experience, all his championship, can he make the first track? He's lining up well here. Gets the power down. Look at that Jeep go. A proper way to go up the last gate. And only 20 penalty points for Ólafur, but however, here is Snorri. He is the champion, he's the reigning champion. In the first track, look at this, how well this Jeep handles through the rough bits. No penalty points so far, great drive through the first track. Now this is the rough part, a lot of people have had troubles. Look at the way he used the power, this is really well done. And full throttle, will he get up the hill? He's almost rolled in there, but Snorri Þór Arnarsson. No penalty points, 350 points, and he takes the lead after the first track. Gestur Ingólfsson trying to get up the final gate. Look at the front right wheel. I think we should see that again. Yeah, it's definitely broken. Here's the replay. Look at the right front. As soon as it catches the bank, it breaks. A bad day, and ends with only 1,642 points. This is Daniel Gunnar Ingimundarson trying to get up the final bit. Doesn't do it either. He ends the race with 1,963 points. This is Geir Evert Grímsson. Struggling. Look at the front left. Yeah. Does the same as Gestur. And his day was almost over. Never really recovered and finished with 1,502 points. This is Elmar Guðmundsson. Almost rolls in the first corner but managed to hang on. Elmar won this competition last year here in Hella, but this weekend definitely wasn't as good for Elmar. Let's hear what he has to say about it.
En svo fór skiptingin hjá okkur, svona hægt og rólega í gærdag. Hún hélt nú út daginn og við skiptum hann í gærkvöldi og svo í dag kom gata á vasskassa og eitthvað svona. Það var bara eina af þessum helgum.
Next up, Haukur Einarsson. Haukur, like many, had engine problems during the whole first day. He did quite well in the second day, but the loss was just too big to recover from. Here we see him in the first track. A lot of power in this car. But sometimes it's not enough. You just stop. He finishes with 1,669 points. Next up, Paul Blesvik. Where is Paul? No, he's in the wrong gate. He's coming down. We're supposed to go up. He's black flagged immediately. Only gets 150 points for showing up to that track. And that's 200 points lost to the front runners. Stefán Bjarnhéðinsson, no drive to the rear wheels. Broken axle. Can't get up, just using the front. We're now on the second track. This is Svanur Thomasson. He was the only driver not to finish the second track and only gets 220 points. So we're just gonna go straight over to the third track. So we're off to the third track. The third track was quite easy like the second one. We're here with Kristmundur Dagsson. He's going up the first bank. Does it quite well. Kristmundur being a driver that's always looking for a podium, but his weekend did not turn out quite like he planned. Very soft sand here. Makes it hard to drive, makes it hard to keep stable. But you gotta keep the power up and try to go all the way. He's doing quite well, he's slipping and sliding from left to right, trying to find the grip. Can he get some traction to get up? Yeah, yep, he makes it. 1,850 points for Kristmundur at Hella. Here's Ola finishing the third track. Look at that big air he gets. Goes through the final gate. Snorri, can he do the same? Yep, easy for Snorri. They were neck to neck through the whole first day. Here's Ola in the fourth. Look at that big air. What a jump. That's determination. Here's Olavur. Going up the fifth track. Oh, he touches the tire. That's 10 penalty point. That's gonna be costly. No doubt they were neck to neck through the whole first day. The last track of the day was a time attack. Now, because of hard conditions, the last track was abandoned. However, some of the drivers decided to put on a show for the big crowds out in Hella. Here's Svanur, he rolls it. He's just doing that for fun. He's just showing them around, giving the crowd something to cheer and smile about. Svanur finishes in 8th place in Hella with 2,361 points. Here we have the standings after day one. Snorri leads with 1,750 points. However, Olavur is only 70 points behind. Paul Blesvik, the Norwegian, in 3rd. Haukur Þorvaldsson 4th and Guðmundur Arnarsson 5th.
Snorri, það bara hefði ekki getað gengið betur hjá þér í gær, það?
Nei, það var fullt úr stig í gær, þannig að þetta var bara góð dagur.
Brautirnar í dag, eru þær svipaðar í gær, eða?
Já, nú aðeins meiri svona stál í þessu sko, en þetta er samt, þetta er ökuleikni.
Já, eru erfiðari lokabörði í dag frekar en í gær?
Já, það er svona aðeins verið að kýtla okkur núna.
Þetta var svona eiginlega einvíið milli þín og Snorra í gær. Þið kláruðu allar brautir, en þú fékkst örlítið fleiri refsistig.
Já, ég var meiri klöfi í gær. En ég voni að ná eitthvað að bæta þetta. Það verður bara komið ljós.
Verður keppnin svipuð í dag? Þetta er bara spurning 20 refsistig hér og þar, eða mun þetta breytast í dag?
Það virðist vera sko. Við erum reyndar aftalega núna í rásröðinni. Spurning, það eru 2 stálarna sem gæti breyst. Það verður bara að taka miðaði hvernig þetta þróast og sjá til. Og
svo náttúrulega áin og mýrin.
Já, það eru síðustu 2, þannig að áin er löng, það er bara, já, vonandi bara náum við yfir.
So the second day, first track of the day, this is Olavur. Slow start to the day, but the tracks are difficult in Hella. He knows he needs to beat Snorri, he's not allowed to make any mistakes. Can he get through everything here? Yeah, this is very tight. This is hard. Hard for the cars, hard for the driver. Into the soft stuff. He goes up. Will he make it? Yeah. 350 points. No penalty for Olavur. In the first ride. This is Snorri following up. He does the same. So they're still neck to neck. This is Paul Blesvik. This is the second track. There were 2 steep slopes. Here he goes up the first one. He needs to turn around up there. Now, look at his drivetrain. He actually disengages the rear wheel drive. This makes it so much easier for the car to turn. Will he get down? Yes, it does. Puts it back into 4-wheel drive. And he's off. He's going down. easy to roll. Look at the way he uses his hands to steer the rear wheels. Something we haven't seen quite a lot of before, but it gives him a good way to navigate these tight turns at Hella. Now for the final back, he goes up full throttle. Will he make it? Oh, it's too hard. He rolls. A big wave for Port Blesvik, 240 points, doesn't quite make it through the final gate. Here's Ólafur. Doing the same track. It's very tight here in Hella. It's easy to get pickup penalty points. Seem to get through there. Now for the slope. Will he do the same as Paul? Or will he just make it up? Full throttle. Oh, not quite trying to navigate it. He picks a different line and it's a lot safer. He gets it. Only 10 penalty points for Ólafur. Well done. Now this is Snorri. What will the champion do? He's already seen Paul and Ólafur do the track. He knows how to do it right. Oh, that's a big penalty point. That's at least 20 points. The final climb. He picks the same route as Ólafur. Makes it. 20 penalty points. So Ólafur gains 10. Thor Þormar Pálsson, he drives Spider-Man. Now, a bad day for Thor in the first day. However, a great day on the second day to recover. He finishes 7th. You see him here trying to go up the slope. He tries to find the grip. He gets it. A lot of dust kicked up as Thor Þormar finishes with 2,378 points. Here's Haukur Þorvaldsson. He drives the soap. Track 3 of the day. Struggling already, picked up some penalty points. The end is very steep. Quite hard to get up in the third track. Tight entrance as well. There's another penalty point. More penalty points for stopping. This is not going well for Haukur. However, he goes for the last climb. Will he make it? A lot of... No. No chance. The soap ends the day in 5th place. However, here is Ólafur. He's fighting to catch Snorri. He has to go up to keep his hopes alive. This is one of the places where he can really gain points. Ólafur goes for it. He can't make it. No. No way. He didn't even commit properly. That is a shocker for Ólafur. Now Snorri, he's seen how he does it. He knows where he can pick up points. He also knows he doesn't need to take the risk. Snorri goes for it. Oh, bad entrance. No, tries. But there's just no traction for Snorri to go up. This keeps the hopes alive for Ólafur. Only 50 points separate the two. Here is Guðmundur Arnarsson.
Þú varst að keppa í go-karti hérna fyrir nokkrum árum. Heldur að þeir hæfileikar mun eitthvað að koma að gagni hérna í dag?
Það er ábyggilega voða lítið nema kannski tímaþrautin.
So here we have Guðmundur in the time attack. 4th track of the day. Multiple former karting champion in Iceland. Doing this quite well. There's a lot of speed. He carries it all the way through. The new car seems to be gripping quite well. Guðmundur actually managed to pull himself from 5th to 4th during the time attack tracks. And finishes the day in 4th with 3,180 points. Now this is Ólafur in the time attack. Look at the speed he's carrying through here. Time attack is all about keeping the momentum. He gets a bit slow there before the water. However, he picks back up with the speed. There's so much traction. 37.02. 10 penalty points. Here is Snorri. Now look at this. Look at the pace he managed to carry through here. The whole suspension system of this car just eats everything they throw at it. Good time. Is it faster than Ole? Yes, it is by 3 seconds almost. 341 points. Extends his lead. Next up, the river. It's the most feared, probably the most famous time attack track in Iceland, and Ole starts. There he goes over the short way of the river. He needs to carry the speed, carry the momentum all the way through. Off into the fields. This is looking quite good for Ólafur. Here we go, back into the longer part of the river. Can he keep it afloat? He's got a lot of pace. Halfway through. Gets a little bit of the dirt there. Now it's the deep part. Can he get over? Looks like it. Fantastic from Ólafur. Gets all the way over in 42.02 seconds. No penalty points. Great run. Snorri. He's seen Ólafur do it. Can he do it as well? Goes over the first part quite easily. Yeah, that's well done. back into the field. Look at Snorri, he's cheering the crowd, he's a fan favorite, he knows it. Can he get through the long part of the river? Good speed, gets a bit rough there through. Managed to get it under control. Second part, look at that low hands, what's Snorri doing? He loves this show. He gets through, fantastic. He's a bit slower than Ólafur, 267 points, quite good. This is Paul Blesvig. There's a lot of power in this car. He's never done the river before. He said he didn't want the river.
Are you looking forward to the water and the mud?
No, I'm not.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
So Paul said he doesn't like it. Well, he gets on pretty well here. He managed to cross the first part, now the deep part. This is looking really good for Paul. There's a lot of speed through here. And why complain when you win the track? Paul, proper driving there. Now this is Thor. Will he make it as well? This is something the Norwegians have never seen before. They don't do this anywhere else in Iceland. Floating jeeps. Nicely done to finish the track from Thor. Finishes the day, the competition, with 2,897 points.
Before you came here, you didn't really like the water or the mud. Do you like it now?
I love the water and I love the mud.
Well, we hope to see you again next year.
I hope so. This is not the last time. Promise.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is Stefan, this is the swamp, the final track of the day. Very difficult track, so Stefan is off. He's already into troubles. Sounds like a transmission, probably is. End of the day, he ends it with 1,991 points. Guðni Grímsson driving the cube through the swamp. This is a very hard place to keep up the speed. Manages to hang on, finish the track, well done for Guðni. He finishes this day with 2,870 points. A good drive from Guðni. Ólafur Bragi Jónsson takes on the swamp. This is the final track. Ólafur needs 350 points to keep the pressure on Snorri, who's 29 points in front before the last track. Now this is well done. This is not a time trial, this is a points track. So he needs all the points, no penalty points. He's trying to get the traction going here through the swamp. This is where power matters. However, you gotta drive it very carefully. You gotta be smart during the swamp. No penalty points so far. This is really looking good for Ólafur. However, he needs to trust that Snorri will lose points. Coming up to the last bit of the swamp. Will he make it? Yeah, 350 points. He definitely puts the pressure on Snorri. He's next on track. Here's Snorri. He's already going. He knows he's not allowed to lose 30 points. Then he gives the victory to Ólafur. So far, so good for Snorri. The car is handling really well. The visibility is so low. He's got a lot of dirt in his face. Look at that. There's nothing. There's no way he can be seeing properly now. Trying to clean the visor. Goes through the swamp. This is still looking good for Snorri. He's just gotta hang on and the victory is his. No penalty points yet. He's into the last part of the track. Goes through, no penalty points, Snorri. He's the winner. Look at him, he's a happy man. He knows he's got it. There we see the final score. Snorri Þór Árnason, the Hella champion this year. He leads the Icelandic Championship ahead of Ólafur Bragi Jónsson. Paul Blesvig is third.
Já, það var mjög mikið slagur, sérstaklega milli þín og Ólafs, allavega meira en við sáum síðasta sumar.
Já, Óli að koma sterkur inn núna aftur, hann búinn í smá pásu. En svo náttúrulega nýjir bílar og gamlir strákar að endursmíða, þannig að þetta bara flott.
Snorri sprays the champagne with Ólafur. A great race weekend in Hella. We'll be back on July 8th, showing you the Formula Offroad from Akranes. Thanks for now.